Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're out at the pond. We're gonna throw the crankbait and the jig, right? We're gonna try to catch some active fish on the crankbait, see if we can locate where they're at in transition, maybe find some rock spots, some hard areas in here where they're gonna set up. Once we catch a few from one area, we're gonna slow down, throw the jig at them, maybe catch a big one, guys. Let's get out there, see what we can find. See ya. Yep. Get the boat. There we go. Nice one. On the crankbait. Let's fall. Let's grab him. Get him undone here. There we go. Not a bad fish. Healthy fall fish, baby. See you. This is a good one. Real nice one. Get in the boat. Heck yeah, there we go. On the jig. That right there is the right kind. Look at that beast. Nice, beautiful fall bass. Chunk on that jig. Whew, it's a good one. Look at that nice, healthy bass. See you later, bud. Yeah, let's go. So guys, what I'm doing, I'm flipping that jig on the hard spots that I can find right now in the cover. These fish are on the deeper part of the pond, right? I started throwing that crankbait. I got a couple bites around this tree. I know there's a rock pile back under there. So what I'm doing is I'm throwing this jig onto that rock. Whenever you find them in the fall, you really want to milk that area to see if you can get as much as you can out of it. And I know there's rocks down there because I can feel it with the jig, right? We got to get out of this tree. Boat control, right? Boat control. Hey, got another. That's a giant right there, folks. All right, let's not get hooked up here. Bigger the bait, the bigger the fish, right? See ya. Other one. Get the boat. Look at that. Look at that. Folks, we're on them today, man. They are biting. Chill, chill. Look at that one, man. Choked. Choked it. On that OG Slim, man, that is the killer bait in the fall. That's a healthy fish, man. Nice first cast, choked it. Get that off of you. See you later, brother. Hey guys, wanted to get out of the wind off the pond and talk to you about the baits that I was using to catch those fish, right? It's October. It is cold, it is windy, and there are a lot of up and down temperature changes. Fish are also in transition. So the first bait that I'm going to start out with is a search bait. Now, today I was throwing this Rapala Otts Garage Slim 6. And this bait right here is crucial for me in this time of year for two reasons. One, it's a flat-sided crankbait. You can see right there, that profile, most of this bait is flat, right? It's got that nice circuit board lip on it. This bait has a tight action and a tight wobble. Now, that alone in the cold water, the water that's dropping, is a killer because bait fish action becomes more pronounced and tight. The crankbait also is a vital, vital, vital tool when you're searching this time of year. Now, the second thing that I love about this crankbait is the orange belly. For whatever reason, in the fall, orange becomes king. Up here in these northern grass lakes, for whatever reason, they hit and fire on that orange. I learned that lesson a long time ago in Minnesota. In that falling water temperature, orange is crucial, right? Now, this bait right here is a fantastic search bait. And what I was doing is I'm running this crankbait over top of submerged dying vegetation. Now, this bait is fantastic because it runs 3 to 4 feet, but if I high stick my bait, if I physically hold my rod high like you see me doing in the video, I can run this bait shallow over top of that. Anytime I feel that bait come into contact with the grass, I pause. That bait then starts to rise like that. Now, these fish today were chewing this bait, and they were chewing it because this time of year, fish don't see a lot of moving baits that pause and rise. That's the key to this bait right now. I like this bait better than your traditional jerk bait this time of year because the water is just in flux, the fish are moving and transitioning, but what this bait allows you to do is search. Now, the other advantage a crankbait allows you to have is you can find any hard cover in the water. You want to get that deflection. Now, hard cover this time of year is a magnet for fish. And once you find a fish, you need to slow down and milk that area. So what I do is I fish down along the bank. I know there's a couple rock piles out in the pond, so I know where those fish are probably going to be staging up this time of year. As soon as I made contact with that rock pile on one of my casts on this crankbait, I loaded up on a fish, right? Got a decent fish, made a couple casts, didn't hang anything else. I put this bait down. Now, my follow-up bait this time of year, there's literally 2 baits that I fish all fall, right? Pretty much until the upper 30s, low 40s, and that is the flat-sided crankbait and the jig. Now, this time of year, I'm going to upsize my jig. This is a 3/8 ounce jig right here, but I leave a full skirt on that bad boy. That thing right there is hand-tied. I love this color. Once again, I'm tying that bluegill pattern with that orange accent because this time of year, 9 times out of 10, if I'm getting bit with something that has orange in the color, right? Now, this is a brush jig. I hand make my own jigs. I really like the colors that I specifically find. And this time of year, I go to an exclusive trailer, the Havoc Pit Boss in blue sapphire. In the fall, leaves are falling in the water. And what the effect of leaves in a northern natural lake does is it turns that water a tannic color. Ask your Florida guys, ask your Alabama guys, your Mississippi guys. Blue and purple hues in tannic colored water absolutely get destroyed. And this blue sapphire Havoc Pit Boss will get a big bite. Now, I like a big jig this time of year for that bite. This is the time of year when you can throw that big jig and you're not going to catch a lot of fish, but when you do get a bite, it's going to be a right one. And this is my follow-up bait this time of year, right? A follow-up bait with this big jig and this big profile on any hard cover that I come to, right? If I find hard cover, I'm going to soak this jig around it. So, flipping up under trees, into rocks, into laydowns, this jig is going to get that. And the fall fishing is instinctual, right? You got to go out, you got to fish what's in front of you, you got to trust the baits that you're throwing in there to get it done. So my 1-2 punch this time of year is the crankbait and the big jig, right? These jigs will get bit. You're not going to catch 100 fish, right, on a jig, but when you do catch that fish in the fall, it's going to be a right one. Now, the crankbait is a numbers game, right? I am going to catch numbers of fish with this crankbait, and I trust this bait to catch them all the way down until, give or take, the lower 40-degree temperatures is when I put the crankbait down in favor of the jerkbait, right? I hope you guys learned something today. It was a quick trip out to the pond. That was literally 30 minutes of fishing right there, but I stuck a few nice bass from the pond,
got out on a windy, blustery day when you wouldn't be able to, guys. The fall, you can absolutely smack them. You just got to get out there. You got to trust the baits you have in your hand. Throw that flat-sided crankbait. Throw that jig. Really, really, really pick areas apart when you get a bite. I hope you guys learned something today. Please remember to like, subscribe on the video, comment something you guys want us to do next time. We'll see ya.